diddly diddly did. Three interceptions in one quarter. Let's talk about it.
I'm sorry.
Slippers knows what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what he's talking about. And guess what? It looks me in my face. Ask me what I don't have.
No worries.
Go ahead, ask. Exactly. Because guess what we got?
That W.
A W. That's all I care about.
Yeah,
That's the motherfucking spirit. But god damn it, I watched that first half. It was like, yeah, no way I'm watching the rest of this game.
I don't blame you.
No. It's one of those games for those guys, so I'm just not gonna watch it. Hey, Sam Bradford. I said Sam Bradford. I guess that lets you know how I feel about Baker Mayfield.
Very telling.
Why is Sam Bradford not in this? What the fuck?
Well, Sam Bradford was actually not bad. He was just doomed before he even left Oklahoma.
Tell that to an Eagles fan.
You said what?
Tell that to an Eagles fan that watched it.
Well, again, Eagles fans hate love. They hate you. They hate me. So
not true. I don't hate
very
any
much.
of you. I love you very much.
Very much. Watch Jalen Hurts have another bad week. We're gonna be singing a different tune, Kenny.
Well, this week we're not yelling at Jalen Hurts. We're yelling at Jalen Regal.
all of that energy should be directed towards him. I can't even lie. I can't lie.
Hurt, Jalen Regal, shit, Jalen Ramsey. Nigga, Jalen Hurt didn't have that good of a game.
If you're named Jalen right now, you don't want to be walking around the city of Philadelphia.
You just don't want to be walking around in public.
Yeah, you don't want to do that.
I saw Jalen Ramsey get embarrassed Sunday too. So that is an excellent segue to bringing in this episode. With that being said, live via satellite, it is Gorilla Game Podcast. I am Carlos Crawford, and it is Tuesday. You know exactly what the fuck that means. Fill in the blank, because my mind's gone blank. I have my good buddy and co-host alongside with me, Kenny Whitaker. What's happening, Kenny?
Oh, what's going on?
What's going on?
What's going on?
What's going on?
Eagles, what are y'all doing? Jalen Reagor, you're trash. You dropped it twice. You're trash. I've been doing a good job trying not to be a Philly fan, okay? I don't be trying to yell no more. I thought I was doing good these last couple weeks. But you brought it here. You used the bomb. And we picked you over Justin Jefferson. Oh, the life I live is sad. Bum. And I know you're not gonna watch this, but if you are, if you turn off the social media, I understand. Because if you thought that the first time.
One of those guys. I just gonna let you do it. I was gonna let you do it. I was gonna say it. Turn off the social media and keep your head in the game. Go ahead, say it. I dare you. I double dog dare you.
No. All I'm saying is you treading Aguilar territory, so you better be careful. Because once it gets to Aguilar territory in Philadelphia, there's nothing you can do.
Nary a thing. However, we also got alongside with us my good cousin, Fuzzy Slippers himself, Carlos Lackey. Slippers, what's happening, bro?
Nothing much. I'm just enjoying the fact that my Ravens won a game where Lamar Jackson played terrible. That's never happened before. So this is very uncharted waters for me. I don't know how to act. It's very new. Like, if he doesn't, normally throw for 300 yards, run for 125, has 7 total touchdowns, we usually lose. So this is an eye-opening experience for me. I've never seen this before. I don't know what to do with my hands.
He said, "I'm in a glass case of emotion."
I just don't know what to do with my hands. I just don't know.
Like Slippers is in a non-toxic relationship for the first time and shit.
It's a beautiful thing. My defense played well. Justin Tucker did Justin Tucker things when Justin Tucker's supposed to do Justin Tucker things. Our offensive line blocked amazingly. We ran the ball, like not Lamar. The rest of the team, ran the ball well. Because Lamar, you can pencil him in for 100, but the rest of the team also ran for like 100, and he didn't, and we won. I don't think people really understand the significance of that, because if that means that he could just be normal and we win, y'all don't want to hear from me. Y'all might want to mute me on all social medias. Cause I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna be real honest and real candid. I'm gonna be insufferable. I'm gonna talk my talk. Because Baltimore don't give me nice things often. When they do, boy, do I know how to enjoy them.
Would it be worse or not as bad as me when the Eagles won the Super Bowl?
Oh, it'll be worse because I'm a different person than you. Were we friends the last time my Yankees won the World Series?
Sure we were. I probably didn't talk to you.
What was that, 09?
Yeah, just go take a gander at my Twitter. I was insufferable. That's Olos.
I'm not scrolling back to 09.
You don't got far to go. I don't tweet that much. Just know there was a good 20 on my 09 Yankees. And don't even get me started about the last time my Ravens won the Super Bowl. Oh, insufferable. Oh, my word.
It was quite similar, but
the 09 Yankees was the worst. I know. I was in my bag that year. No one has to tell me anything. I was up here with the arrogance.
Incorrigible. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like one of those 1A, 1B, because you can't really narrow down what exactly about it was different, but you knew it was different, and you knew like one topped the other, regardless of what you put first, that tops the other. So it's like
yeah, the 09 Yankees was I was in my bag. That was high level of toxicity when it comes to my sports fandom.
You could thread your tweets. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was just tweeting back to back. Like it wasn't even. I wasn't even threading. Yeah, it was just
so yeah. Instead of saying like one tweet and then like see thread, and you just saw tweet
20 back to back, like one at 12:01, one at 12:02, one at 12:03, another one at 12:03, one at 12:04. It was bad.
2009, I was just starting my Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Like I was like just getting into the swing of Twitter. As a matter of fact, I probably started like maybe a year later and just like followed Slippers early and just was looking at his old tweets and saw that shit.
He wasn't even on Twitter when I was that unsufferable. That's how long it's been.
Nah, I've been on since June 09, actually. So yeah, no. Yeah, nah. Yeah.
No, what I'm saying is like
I had just in time.
You had a Twitter, but you weren't on it like what you ended up being on it.
Like June 09, I started it, but I wasn't doing like much on it. I ain't really started really getting into it until like maybe August, September. So by October, I had like I was following about a good 40, 50 people or whatever. And, I was actually starting to get in the swing of tweeting regularly. And then the World Series happened. And that was just, that was the first of my many fun nights on Twitter. There's been many fun nights on Twitter. I'm talking about, there was y'all remember Christmas one year? where motherfuckers about to fight dude Snotty Drippin over Kobe. It's like me being Temecula.
That's still one of my most favorite nights of Twitter.
That's a top 5 night on Twitter. I got crucified on Twitter one night because LeBron scored like 56 points or something like that against the Bobcats. And I was like, what do you expect? It's LeBron against the Bobcats. It's the best player in the NBA versus the worst team in the NBA. I don't see the, this shit didn't impress me because it just felt like another day in the office for LeBron. Yeah, well, Twitter let me fucking have it. Are you an athlete? No, I'm not a fucking athlete. But if I were LeBron, I'd probably put up more than fucking 53 on a podcast. I'm just saying.
I hate that. I hate that argue an athlete tweet. They were like, are you?
Obviously, I'm not an athlete. The motherfucking tweet, and I know the point you're trying to get across. I'll slap you my dick for it. But the point that I'm trying to get across is if I were an athlete such as LeBron facing a team such as the Bobcats, this would be a Michael Jordan arrival game at the least for me. Because I'm just shooting the fucking lights out, especially if I'm doing 56 point good that night. Like, that's just I don't know if y'all remember his shot percentage. That's why it was so impressive. But if you having a night like that, 56, that's it.
Well, that night he also had like 12 assists.
I want to hear it. That's fair.
Yeah, but that's why I was ridiculous. It wasn't the fact that he just scored 56. Like, my man's, I think that was a triple double too. I think he had like 11 boards too. Like, it was stupid. Like, you're not supposed to do the high number of points with the high number of assists.
That rule doesn't
still managed to get 11 rebounds.
That rule doesn't apply to 2015 LeBron James? Yeah, that rule doesn't apply to him.
That doesn't apply because the broadcast don't even exist anymore. Right. So, again.
Look, as much as I hated the motherfucker at the time, that was God mode LeBron.
Nah, God mode LeBron was what he did to them Celtics. He was with the Heat. When that man was looking down like this, with his eyes up like this, bro.
Oh, that was 14, wasn't it?
I think so.
It was just a year after.
Bruh, that man, young. I've never seen a human do that to people.
He was still in God mode. He was just back in Cleveland.
Nah.
I know. He was still in Miami, wasn't he?
Miami era LeBron is God mode LeBron.
Exactly.
No, not the first season.
Well, no.
But that second season, I'm gonna be completely honest, and then I think we're gonna segue over. Yeah. But what that grown man did to the Boston Celtics by himself, like, he literally did it by himself. Like, I've never seen that quite like that before, though. Like, that they said shoot, and that man said, "Oh yeah."
How often?
No, he didn't say how often. He didn't even dignify it with that level of a response. He said, "Ball." Man, just call for the ball. Put Paul Pierce. I ain't never seen Paul Pierce so lost in my life. Like, Paul Pierce was just like huffing, and was just like,
What you're saying is he was like me at camp until you came over there.
Yeah, that is exactly how he was. I don't know if old Los knows the story, but that is exactly how Braun was.
I got a funny story too, but let's hear yours first.
Listen.
You want me to tell the short story?
Tell the short story.
I'm gonna give you the short story of mine.
All right, so this man Kenny decided that this game, it was the championship game for our camp or whatever. It was a 3-on-3 tournament. So this man Kenny decided that he wanted to turn into Miller in the Garden real quick. So I was like, all right, let's see how long this goes. So ball up, they get ball first. This man Kenny get the ball off like a they set this man like a mean double screen at the top of the key, like at the 3. So he, they inbound the ball, and it was 2 dudes, the dude inbounding the ball and the teammate, and they are, mind you, one of them is a checkup, so one of them has the ball, so he hands the ball to Kenny and sets the first pick. The other dude sets the second pick, and this man Kenny's wide open, and I'm like, all right, he made that one. That's a 3. I wasn't even about to even do nothing. I was like, nah, that's a 3. That was a great inbound play. Like, I'm not even about to get mad at that respect. Second joint, I'm like, all right, you go that side, you go that side. They're not about to do this again. This man stopped in the middle and shoot another joint. I'm like, okay, he on one today. So this man on one. I'm like, all right, bet. So then they fumbled the next exchange. Were we playing make or take? I think we were going in. I think we were going back and forth.
I think we were going back and forth.
So
we might have been playing make. I don't remember. No,
I think we were going back and forth because I think we made the rule like if we were playing make and take it, you weren't going to play because you were trying to hustle us from the beginning, but it's okay. So my team, we scored a quick 2, but they were regular 2, so they were up by 2 points. So they get the ball back on the 3rd possession. Again, they do another wild screen combination where they set a pick for Kenny. Kenny's not inbounding the ball, but ends up in the corner. Los, don't ask me how they did it. I don't know how they did it.
That was my first question. Like,
I don't know. Somebody, whoever had the ball, set the pick on who was guarding Kenny. Then the next person who did not have the ball set the pick for the person guarding Kenny. So you have 3 people at the ball, Kenny in the corner by himself. Because I'm checking the person who is who's inbounding the ball. So I'm like, this Bama got 9 now. All right. So I get the ball on the next possession. I drew the double team and kicked it out. Got a 3. So now we're still only down 2. This fool Kenny then decides, you know what? I'm about to ISO. To this point at camp, I had never seen him actually ISO in a game. He ISO like one time when we were playing like around the world 33 or something like that. And I was like, okay, he might be able to do that, but I've only seen him do it once. He ain't ever done it in a game, so I'm not worried about it. He's mainly a catch and shoot dude. This fool get the ball. They inbounded, Bama get the ball, and he said, move. I said, oh, nah, I got to see this. I'm going to stand in the corner, and I'm not about to move. So this Bama hits, he ain't even do no wild crossover. Like, that's not his style. My man's just like, nope, I'm about to shoot this joint square between your eyes, and it's about to go in. My man just hit a slight cross just to, get in the rhythm, and then he just pulled up and did like that, and the joint was just like it ain't touched nothing. But and it was at the 12th point when I realized, oh nah, you're not about to do this. I was like, hey yo, switch. Hey nah, I got him. Don't worry about it. Y'all 2 switch. You get him. I was like, you just put the body on him. He not about to do nothing. He's not about to do nothing. I've been cooking him all game. He not about to do a thing. His morals is gone right now. His confidence, he ain't got nothing. He not about to do nothing. I almost dunked on him. I should have, but I was nice. I shouldn't have been nice. I shouldn't have been nice at that day. But I was nice. I turned it into. I went like this, and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to do that. And I just turned it and laid the joint up. So then this man Kenny has 12 points. We got 9. I was like, okay, I'm going to show you better than I'm going to tell you. And then I proceeded to cook for the rest of the game. I was like, yeah, no, y'all about to get this work. Y'all not about to score again, but they ended up, somebody else scored like a 2. So they ended up with 14. But we had 21. They had 14. But he had 12. But that Bama was If I didn't start checking him, I don't know what he was on that day.
I was gonna have 18.
Hey,
I was gonna have 18.
They might have had 21 and we might have lost if I ain't switched. I was like, young, this Joker is unconscious. And then the last three that he made that got to 12, that joke was deep. Like that wasn't like a regular joke. Like my man's was 4 dribbles behind the 3-point line. I was like, oh yo, what are you on? What are we doing out here?
I was trying to win.
I got a shorter and funnier story than that, right? Steve Blake basketball camp, 2004, I want to say. All right. A half-court shot. My teammate throws up a prayer. Goes in, takes us to the national championship round, right? Who were playing in the national championship round? A team of, well, average motherfuckers, but the main issue on that team is Dominique.
Come on, Damo.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, indeed. So the entire first half was spent. Damo just having us in hell, right? To the point where I'm like, I get like maybe midway through the first half, I was like, all right, let's do this. Let me guard Damo because I actually know him well enough. And I'm the closest you can get to actually being able to guard this month. All right. Well, first possession, I guard him. I actually pickpocket him, right? And, you know, I'm thinking to myself, all right, I might have him under control. Well, he comes back down the court and pulls up from long range. And I said, because here's my thing, right? Damo, if not is a slasher, all right? If he pulls up from long range, he's having a good game. Like, he's just in the zone that day, all right? So now my thing is, all right, well, I can't guard that because now it's a matter of he can shoot the lights out or he can just drive this shit in and just completely embarrass the rest of the team. So now I'm like, well, now we got to fight fire with fire. So the beginning of the second half, I just come out and just start shooting the lights out, right? So now me and Dom are having to shoot until at a certain point, we only down by like 5 points, and I go cold. And I try to like distribute with the rest of the team. Nobody else can score. At that point, the last like maybe 3 minutes of the game, it just got ugly. Like we ended up losing by 15.
Yep.
Of course, that was MVP. Nonetheless.
Let's get to why we're really here.
Let's get the job. This week's bracket episode. Kenny, if you will. All right. So since we're already here and we have already started the share, this bracket, we are doing biggest NFL draft bust ever.
Who will be the best of the trash?
That's right. 2 regions are quarterback regions. You'll figure out how we did that. And 1 regions for defense, in which we're starting at. And then the last region is, well, any other offensive position over the year in general, modern or past. You get the point. So we start off at our defense loses championships division. Yeah, this is fun. First seed, we have the Boz, Brian Bosworth. 8th seed, we have D. Milliner. is Alberts. I said Trev Roberts. Trev Alberts. Our 5th seed, Courtney Brown. Our 4th seed, Vernon Golston. Our 6th seed, Aaron Maben. Our 3rd seed, Stephen Empman.
Uh-oh.
Have we lost all
I think we lost it for a second. We was on the 3rd seed, Steve Edmond. 7th seed was Dion Jordan. Oh, he's back.
I replaced Mario Williams because, according to Fuzzy Slippers, I have revisionist history, and I'm inclined to agree with them. So, in our 0 yards in a cloud of dust region.
If you missed it, it was Amobi Okoye for Mario Williams, right?
You say what?
It was Amobi Okoye for Mario Williams, right?
Yes, Amobi Okoye.
Yeah, could you shout it out for a second?
Yep. Okay. Thank you. All right. So in our 0 yards in a cloud of dust region, we have our 1st seed, Trent Richardson.
Which makes me sad.
Does it?
Yeah, because he actually was good for a couple seasons, and I don't know what the heck happened. But anyway, continue.
Our 8th seed, we have Justin Blackman. Our 9th seed play-in, we have John Ross. Our 5th seed, we have Rashad Salam. Our 4th seed, we have Tony Mandrich. Our 6th seed, we have Luke Joko. Our 3rd seed, and our first of 2 group seedings, Penn State running backs.
Not named Larry Johnson.
Penn State running backs not named Larry Johnson. I guess you got to give that exception. I don't know.
Or Saquon because he's still playing and he hasn't touched yet. Or not
he ain't. Man. 7th seed, Greg Robinson.
Yeah.
And 2nd seed, Ron Dane.
Mm.
And we get to our old school quarterbacks. Our 1st seed, we have Ryan Leaf. Our 8th seed, we have David Carr. That is Derek's older brother. Our 9th seed and the second and last of our group bus, we have the 2002 Washington football team quarterback committee that consisted of Sage Rosenfels, Patrick Ramsey, and Heisman Trophy winner Danny Warfel. 5th seed, we have Andre.
I'll turn that again. 4th seed, Achilles Smith. And we got 6th seed, Keith Schuler. 3rd seed, Jeff DeGeorge. 7th seed. Okay, he's back.
All right. 7th seed, we agreed upon Brady Quinn, correct?
I think so. I don't remember. Did we take Brady Quinn? Okay, Brady Quinn. So.
We just left Brady Quinn.
7th seed, we have Brady Quinn. 2nd seed, we have Todd Marinovich. And in our last region, the new school quarterbacks. 1st seed, we have Jamarcus Russell. 8th seed, we have Jimmy Claussen. Our play-in at 9th seed, we have Geno Smith. 5th seed, we have Josh Freeman. 4th seed, we have Robert Griffin III. 6th seed, we have Johnny Manziel. 3rd seed, we have Mark Sanchez. 7th seed, we have Jake Locker. And in our 2nd seed in this region, we have Tim Tebow. Gentlemen, where would you like to start?
Let's start right here.
Why the hell not? All right. So let's get our playing game out the way. We have Jimmy Claussen at 8th seed versus Geno Smith at 9th seed.
Oh my God.
There's no debate for this for me. But I'll let you two go first.
Well, I'm going to take Jimmy Claussen because Jimmy Claussen was the biggest hype in his draft class that year. Whereas Geno Smith, he was a questionable because he decided to stay for his senior year and absolutely stunk up the place at West Virginia.
I'm taking Jimmy Claussen.
So, Claussen advances?
Yes.
Claussen advances.
That is exactly what I was going to pick. You guys are smart people.
Should have put Pat White in there too. Dear God.
That being said,
Pat White.
We're not going to slander Pat White when I'm around.
Oh, there's no Patrick White slander in this house. Or Steve Slade slander. Or Noel Devine slander. That backfield was cold. So that being said, Owen Schmidt don't get no slander on mine either. Well, to a certain extent.
Okay.
It wasn't Pat White's fault. And that's all we're going to say.
Okay.
Next, we have who?
However, it brings us to our 1 versus 8. Jamarcus Russell versus Jimmy Claussen.
Jimmy Claussen.
Both big hypes coming out of their draft class. Jamarcus Russell because of his extraordinary arm and, well, above average run at LSU. And Jimmy Claussen due to his stellar run at Notre Dame and, well, him being a white quarterback. Come on, let's be real here.
Who you picking? Slippers.
Remember, I'm the tiebreaker.
I'm picking Jimmy Claussen just because.
You're taking Jimmy Claussen?
Yeah, he's worse.
This is why I'm here.
Fascinating.
Please, Olos, give your pick.
Yeah, it's Russell in a landslide. And I have reasons.
Advances. There's no need for the reasons he advances. Kenny is just being biased because he went to his favorite school.
Yeah, so it is. I had to do it one time for him.
Stop doing that, Kenny. Please.
Bye. Bye.
That being said, Jimmy's swan song, we're going to give him his stats. Career, he was 1 for 13, 54 completion percentage, 2,520 passing yards, 7 touchdowns, 14 interceptions with a 61.9 rate. Claussen was another quarterback prospect that was supposed to drop so far in the draft. When Claussen slipped out of the first round, many were surprised, and even NFL draft expert Mel Kiper couldn't believe it because Mel Kiper don't really know shit. Mel Kiper went as far as to say that if Jimmy Claussen doesn't become a good starting quarterback, he's done. Well, Mel, it's 2021, and Jimmy Claussen hasn't started a game since 2015. It's safe to say Jimmy's career in the NFL, let alone as a starting quarterback, is done. Claussen was so awful for the Carolina Panthers as a rookie that after only a year with the team and a 2-14 record, they drafted and replaced him by taking Cam Newton first round. And, well, you saw how that panned out. He's back. So,
Mel Kiper, you're not retired. Oh, okay.
With that being said, I might end up eating my words about Mel Kiper doing the playing game for the Defense Losers Championships. Probably as a joke. I might be serious. We'll see. However, we get to our 5th seed versus 4th seed. Josh Freeman versus Robert Griffin III. We got because this.
I'm thinking that Josh Freeman is a bigger bust. Wait, did Josh Freeman win Rookie of the Year?
Guys,
Hello?
can you hear me now?
Yes.
All right, who are you guys taking?
Did Josh Freeman win Rookie of the Year?
No.
No.
I'm looking at it.
RG3 won Rookie of the Year and seemed to be trash. RG3 is a bigger bust. Because I remember Washingtonians were talking about, yeah, we're going to have Robert for 10 years. And it ended up being 2. Trash.
It's a fair point, but Josh Freeman's career was over by 27.
And RG3 wasn't?
Ooh.
No.
Point. Essentially, it's not.
Josh Freeman's career was done by 25, actually.
Well, he was still in Indianapolis for a little bit. And that's where his career ended, in Indianapolis.
That's what I'm saying. He was 25 in Indianapolis.
He was only 25?
Yes.
Get the fuck out of here.
RG3 had a whole campaign about how he's going to come back and proceed to be trash coming back. He had a whole Nike commercial about his return. Be trash.
Well, my thing is, right, with RG3, he was actually, hold on, let me see my reference points on RG3. Because I had a couple of it. All right, yeah. So, I mean, he was misused when you think about it. He wasn't really one in the first place. Like it was just a bad rep for RG3 from the jump since he got drafted. He was the quarterback everybody else wanted. Kirk Cousins was the one the organization wanted. And that's why they were both drafted in the same year. So it's like, I don't know. Like, and then not only that, like it was a rookie season that led the team to the playoffs. So yeah, it kind of goes downhill. Playoffs though.
I'm gonna put it to you like this. This is why I'm inclined to choose RG3 over Josh Freeman.
All right.
It was RG3's fault that he's trash, or that he's a bust. I'm not gonna say he's trash, but he was a bust. It's just like his fault.
Elaborate from the audience.
Oh, I'm about to. He went into Shanahan's office and told him he no longer wants to run. Sir, that's kind of why we drafted you, because you're not really that great at the throwing part just yet. You can be in a couple of years, but we need to develop you. He was like, yeah, no, I'm a pocket passer. And proceeded to have the career he's had since his first year.
I find
outside of the fact that he hasn't healed from that knee injury since then.
You know what I find hilarious? That he considered himself a pocket passer. What was he doing throughout his time in Baylor, Slippers?
He was torching my Longhorns by being a dual threat.
With bootlegs. Bootleg, waggle, bootleg, waggle.
Yep. And the occasional.
That's not the pocket.
Even occasional. He was doing a lot of QB options.
That's
speed
not
options.
The pocket.
Triple options. Power options.
Bro, you're a scrambler, whether you like it or not.
But you know why he had that stance, don't you?
No.
I'll just say one name for you. Are you ready for it?
Kinda.
Hello, Tinata. He met Haloti Ngata.
He ain't want to run outside anymore.
And Haloti Ngata saw his leg and decided to tackle RG3 sideways. And RG3's small leg wrapped around Haloti Ngata's big human self.
And that's how RG3 turned the Stoop Kid.
Yep.
Stoop Kid.
Nothing was the same.
Stoop.
Nothing was the same.
I mean, fair point, but it's like, whether you like it or not, you weren't brought up to pocket in pocket passing. Like, bottom line, you are far cry away from high school. You're as close away from college as the NFL can get. So go for what you know that you were developed in, that your game was developed in, and then build upon that. Like, don't just decide one day, I'm not gonna play that game anymore. I'm just gonna do this. Like, I get why, but on the other side of that fence is like, again, you still have to develop that portion of your game. That game is shit, and you are not being honest with yourself. I mean, that's what happens. You fuck around and you tear your fucking knee up.
I'm picking RG3.
I
think I'm going to take RG3 on this one.
Congratulations. You are worse.
Besides, last I heard from RG3 was on commentary for the Florida State game. So
he's dropping. He said today he's gonna drop a tell-all book about the Washington football team.
And there you have it, draft bust. 6th seed Johnny Manziel versus 3rd seed Mark Sanchez. This is a funny one because butt fumble versus
the middle finger in the preseason game.
There we go.
That man flipped the middle finger in a preseason game.
Johnny football.
Johnny motherfucking football. Who still plays football.
Sure does.
It's not in the NFL.
I think I'm inclined to take Johnny Manziel off the strength of that. But then I look at Mark Sanchez and be like, dang, he had a butt fumble. But I also look like he was the starter for the Jets for a good couple of years, and they actually did solid with him. They made the playoffs a couple of times.
Also, wasn't that one time, or was that Mark Sanchez at one time, they were doing Wildcat, and he was lined up as wide receiver. Cornerback bucked at him and caused them the false start?
Yes.
I'm taking Mark Sanchez. No. Shit, I don't know.
This is real easy for me, but I'll let y'all make your decisions first.
Because Mark Sanchez was merely the hype because he was a USC quarterback.
Yeah.
And I don't understand how or why Carson Palmer probably. But
whenever Johnny Manziel threw a touchdown, they would play Johnny Be Good.
Johnny Manziel was the big hype coming out of the draft, and he just slipped.
He also went to Cleveland.
So it's like Johnny Manziel's draft busting started draft day.
That's very true. That's why my answer is Mark Sanchez.
Your answer is Mark Sanchez, and Johnny Manziel is the one that's been busting since draft day?
Yes, because
butt fumble.
No, it's not even the butt fumble. In my opinion, this is why Mark Sanchez is worse than Johnny Manziel.
Okay.
Mark Sanchez went to 2 AFC championships that had nothing to do with him.
Yeah.
You know how hard you have to try to be that terrible? To after going to 2 AFC championship games, your organization don't want nothing to do with you?
I mean, that's a good point.
As a first round quarterback? You know how hard you got to try to do that? Very hard. He succeeded.
However, Johnny Manziel was supposed to be like a top 5 draft pick, if you recall. And he slipped to the 20s, something like that.
Yeah, but Mark Sanchez was a top 5.
Hold on, I'm not finished though. I'm not finished though. Yeah. He slipped down further to the draft and got drafted by the worst possible team you could be drafted by.
I agree with that.
And that was on that run when they was drafting quarterback after quarterback after quarterback.
They were begging for a quarterback.
But that just further highlights that team's ineptitude. That doesn't mean Johnny is a bust. It means the Browns are trash. Because as you just said, they were drafting quarterback after quarterback. They couldn't get it right. The Jets built a AFC championship team. They beat the Patriots twice in the playoffs. Twice, guys. With Mark Sanchez at quarterback and lost the AFC championship. Do you know how difficult it is to do that? It's not easy.
Yeah, I might have to take Sanchez too.
You know how bad you have to be a quarterback to do that, to have the perfect team around you to beat the Patriots and lose in the AFC championship game twice in a row.
Meaning they were a good quarterback away from winning the Super Bowl.
Exactly. Do you know how bad you have to be?
A mediocre quarterback away from going to the Super Bowl. Yeah, it's Mark Sanchez. That's the answer.
I don't care. They watch.
That is the answer. All right, so we have Jake Locker versus Tim Tebow.
Jake Locker.
There's no debate on this. Tim Tebow won a playoff game. Jake Locker ain't even make it through a whole season.
Jake Locker it is.
His last name is Locker.
Also note. All right. So
I have a joke. I have a joke. He cleaned out his last name. Oh my goodness! I'm sorry. I couldn't let it go.
Such good shit.
Anywho, let's go down to this 0 yards. Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right, now 0 yards in the cloud of dust region. We have our play-in game. Justin Blackman at 8th seed versus John Ross at 9th seed.
Justin Blackman.
Yeah, there's no debate for this. It's Justin Blackman. That was just awful.
Yeah, more sad than awful.
Either way.
John Ross just has the fastest 40th time, and we haven't heard from him since.
I mean, he was in Cincinnati. Got to give him slack for that.
A little bit. All right, Justin Blackman it is. That being said, we have Trent Richardson versus Justin Blackman.
This is just two sad stories.
Yeah.
I don't know who to choose.
I really don't know.
Honestly, for me, it's Trent Richardson for the simple fact that Trent Richardson was an Alabama halfback, and we know how Alabama halfbacks get down. That's just a simple known fact. If there's anything we know about Alabama is that they crank out running backs. Trent Richardson was supposed to be another one of these amazing Alabama running backs and just absolutely shat the bed because he had no ball carrying vision whatsoever. I think I have better ball carrying vision than Trent Richardson, and I have no ball carrying vision.
I don't think it was that. I think it was stress, I think, with him.
He was with the Browns, got traded to the Colts.
Yeah, I think it was stress or something.
And that's before the Colts had an O-line.
But either way,
I don't know.
Because he gained weight too, though. That's what the other issue was. That's why I said I think it was stress related.
Trent Richardson?
Yeah, like he had like real bad anxiety, I think, or something like that.
So it's just a multitude. Then not only that, his like family was cleaning him out financially.
Oh yeah, that was true too. So yeah, I don't even feel right choosing Trent Richardson, Justin Blackman advances.
Well, personally, I don't feel right picking Justin Blackman for the simple fact that motherfucker was good. That nigga just light me high. Like I don't. He was still good.
Not when you got to Jacksonville.
And the funny thing about it is Justin Blackman will be able to play in this league now because they've, lightened up on the weed.
That's very true.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm still choosing Justin Blackman.
I'm still picking Justin Blackman, bro.
You make a really good point, though.
Yeah. So Bob Morrow, y'all can't allow yourselves to take Trent Richardson.
Basically, yes.
All right.
Trash.
I'm gonna put it to you like this though, to foreshadow. Either one we pick, they're probably not making it past the next round.
Right.
Because I know who I'm picking for the next one.
All right, Justin Blackman advances. 5th seed Rashad Salam versus 4th seed Tony Mandrich.
I don't know who Rashad Salam is.
Rashad Salam was one of the coldest motherfuckers to come out of Colorado, not named Cordell Stewart or Michael Westbrook.
That shows you how much I know about him. Ty Mandrich, is
Mandrich, he put it to you like this. For the draft issue of Sports Illustrated, they had him on the front page, on the front cover, and the title was like The Incredible Hulk or something like that, or The Incredible Bulk in it. So after like maybe 4 or 5 seasons, after everything that went down for his career, they redid the cover and had a picture of him that just said The Incredible Bust. I said, God.
Ty Mandrich advances.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, honestly, the fact that Rashad Salam committed suicide, I can't pick him personally. So
wait, Wicked, never mind.
Boy.
No.
I mean, I thought we were going by morals at this point. So
Yeah, I'm just saying, y'all gave me flat for calling James Adams trash, but we got a man who committed suicide in bracket.
I didn't know he committed suicide.
that's a fair point. However,
I'm picking Ty Mandrich. That has nothing to do with this. I'm picking Ty Mandrich.
right.
Tony Mandrich.
Or whatever.
I mean, yeah.
Bust Mandrich advances.
Yes, it's him.
All right.
It is he.
6th seed, we have Luke Joko versus 3rd seed, the Committee of Penn State running backs.
Luke Joko. He just has a bust name, Luke Joko.
He's a joker.
I mean, was he trash? Yes. But he started every game that he played.
Okay.
So, a bro clock is wrong twice a day.
A bro clock is right twice a day.
This is you are making excellent points here. You are making excellent points.
Trash.
However, how motherfucking ever. Let me start off with Curtis Ennis. All right. Oh, actually, no. I won't start off with Curtis Ennis. Let's go earlier. Shit. Let's just scroll through.
Bro, the fact that it's 3 against 1, I'm telling you, this man is still trash at all 3 of those men.
How is it 3 against 1 and it's all 3 of us? It's only 3 of us.
I'm talking about these running backs.
All right, so we'll start off with Blair Thomas, right? So Blair Thomas only had, 2,236 rush yards, 7 rush touchdowns. Early on, it looked like Blair Thomas would be a pretty good player, especially in his first 2 seasons in the league. He hadn't yet reached his full potential, but he showed flashes of promise in his limited reps and snaps. By his 4th year, however, it became apparent that he would become the player the Jets thought they were getting. He wouldn't become the player the Jets thought they were getting. Thomas was supposed to be what Saquon Barkley is for the Giants today. The Penn State running back curse started with Blair Thomas, and the team started to become wary of taking running backs in the draft that came from Penn State. Again, 2,236 rushing yards career. All right. So then we go to Curtis Ennis, who only had 1,497 rushing yards and 4 touchdowns his entire career. Curtis Ennis is a Penn State running back curse part 2. Ennis was so bad for the Bears at running back, they switched him over to fullback. A big part of the reason Ennis ended up being a bust was because of the constant knee problems that would endure during his short 3-year career. His knee problems would force him to retire at just 24 in 2000. Need I continue?
Luke Joko.
All right. I guess I need to continue.
There's no need. It's Luke Joko, bro.
That boy trash.
John Carter continues the legacy of the curse of the running back here. Injuries will be the downfall of the once promising prospect. You have to give Carter credit for being resilient and not giving up. He would fight for roster spots over parts of 7 seasons in his career, but he wasn't worth the investments the Bengals made on draft night in 98. His career stats, 1,444 rushing yards and 20 rush touchdowns.
Luke Joko. How would you feel if you were playing quarterback and you saw Luke Joko at left tackle?
Exactly. Exactly.
All right, career stats, 50 games played, 50 games started. This one is quite surprising. Joko seemingly felt and looked like a safe pick in 2013. Many scouts even had Joko, not Eric Fisher, who went first overall in 13, as the best offensive lineman in the draft. At 6'6" tall, Joko had the size and strength you look for in a lineman. He struggled at left tackle for the Jags, though, so they kicked him inside the guard, where he was still very ineffective. Joko lasted just 5 seasons in the NFL and never lived up to the hype of being a future franchise left tackle. And that's not topic. That's not better than. That's not worse than the committee of Penn State running backs that led to short, injury-prone careers.
No, because injury-prone is not you being a bust. That's unfortunate. You being drafted at left tackle, they move you to both guards, and you can't play guard, is trash. That just means you trash. You can't play football.
How would you feel if you saw Luke Joko at any position on offensive line for you?
All right, Luke Joko advances.
Yeah,
no matter where you put him.
We have 7th seed Greg Robinson versus 2nd seed Ron Dane, in which at this point I don't have faith in Ron Dane even advancing.
Nope.
I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't.
It's battle of the bum guards. The bum linemen.
Yes. Do I think Greg Robinson was even bigger bust? Absolutely.
Yes.
So I think we know the answer to that. Undisputed?
Undisputed.
Greg Robinson advances.
Trash. Look at this trash.
All right, so we're in our defense loses championships region. We have our player game. D. Milliner versus Trev Alberts, number 8 versus 9.
D. Milliner.
Yeah, D. Milliner, easy.
Good Lord.
Yeah, I'm going to have to say D. Milliner too, because the simple fact that we have Trev Alberts is because of that exchange during the NFL draft that year between Mel Kiper and the owner of the Colts, Bill Tobin. In which turns out Mel Kiper did end up being right about Trev Alberts. But like Slipper said earlier this episode, a clock could be right twice in a day.
Correct.
So yeah, D. Milliner definitely advances. So we get to our 1st seed, Brian Bosworth versus 8th seed, D. Milliner.
Brian Bosworth.
In a fucking landslide, are you stupid?
Right. It ain't close.
5th seed, Courtney Brown versus 4th seed, Vernon Golston. Y'all want me to rattle off why they're here?
I'm pretty familiar with these two.
Yeah, I am too. I'm just looking at. I'm leaning towards Vernon Golston.
I am also leaning toward Vernon Ghost. Just simply because not only was he highly hyped, he was one of those combine warriors that coined the phrase combine warrior.
Correct.
He's the reason why Bama's just skeptical about a Bama that big running 4-3. It's not a slam dunk their first overall pick anymore because of him. Yeah, I just talked myself into Vernon Golston.
Running back Courtney Brown. Courtney Brown was just the product of being the opposite of LeVar Arrington that year. LeVar Arrington was his teammate in Penn State. They were the best prospects that year. They were supposed to be, the best pass rushers in the NFL for years to come. However, while LeVar Arrington wound up in Washington and would go on to have a stellar career and putting a certain quarterback into retirement, as Kenny enjoys watching over and over every once in a while. Courtney Brown ended up being an injury-prone Cleveland Brown. So.
Yeah.
Vernon Golston.
Yeah, it may be Vernon Golston here.
I definitely still think it's Vernon Golston.
6th seed Aaron Maben versus 3rd seed Steve Emptman.
I have no idea who Steve Emptman is.
You ever seen Little Giants?
Yes.
He was a white guy in Little Giants.
Get that fear out of your eyes.
Him.
Oh, man.
He said, oh, man.
Wow.
First overall pick, 1992. Career stats, 8 sacks, 134 total tackles, 3 forced fumbles, 1 interception, 1 defensive touchdown. Emptman was built like a genetic freak coming out of Washington University. 6'4" with huge shoulders and massive strength. It was a foregone conclusion that Emptman was going to be a monster pass rusher. This is as is the case with so many players on his list. Emptman couldn't stay healthy throughout his career and would constantly show flashes, but never had a long-term sustained level of success or production. He lasted just 6 seasons in the NFL before retiring in 97.
I don't think Aaron Maben went that long.
That is correct. I don't think Aaron Maben played that long.
And I specifically remember Aaron Maben because I was upset we didn't get him. I'm happy we did not.
One of those type of situations, huh? Yeah. Man, I'm mad we didn't get him. Man, I'm glad we didn't get him.
Correct.
That all happened in a matter of 1 season. All right, well, Aaron Maben, total career, 6 sacks, 37 total tackles, 5 tackles for loss. Maben's career with the Bills was short but not sweet. He lasted just 2 seasons with the franchise before being waived and signed by the Jets. In his first year with the Jets, Maben was pretty productive. He recorded the only 6 sacks of his career in limited play time. The following year, he failed to produce any sacks, played in 8 games, and that would be the last season of his disappointing career. Brian Orakpo, who was a much better pass rusher, was taken just 2 picks after Maben.
Aaron Maben at Fan Sissy Trash. Aaron Maben at Fan Sissy Trash.
So Aaron Maben it is.
Yeah, that man had less sacks and tackles than the other guy. That's terrible. And I remember the other guy from the Little Giants more than I remember his actual football career. That shows you how trash Aaron Maben is.
Yep.
Garbage.
All right, so 7th seed, we have Deion Jordan versus 2nd seed, maybe Okoye. So what can you tell me about Okoye?
He sucked. That
Tell
doesn't
me
help.
more.
They're all trash. This
'Cause
is
I can
hilarious.
give you Deion Jordan.
Deion Jordan sucks. I'm picking Deion. My pick is Deion Jordan.
Slivers.
Yet another one of those. I wanted him, but glad we didn't get him.
Where's Slivers on this one?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Amobi Okoye played 6 seasons.
Uh-huh.
I'd like to know his totals for his career.
Yes.
177 tackles, 6 seasons. 16 sacks in 6 seasons.
Uh-huh.
That's it.
Okay. Deion Jordan, career NFL stats, 13.5 sacks, 108 total tackles, 14 tackles for loss, 5 interceptions. Deion Jordan was a prospect one, thought for sure to be a great player in the NFL. He converted from tight end receiver to defensive lineman after his freshman year at Oregon and dominated. He seemed to have a high upside because of his relative inexperience on defense. He had great size, technique, raw athletic ability, footwork, and versatility. He could play both offense and defense, for crying out loud. How did this man become such an epic failure in the NFL? Well, as has been the case with many draft busts so far on this list, Jordan kept violating the substance abuse policy. His constant being in and out of the lineup prevented him from building any kind of momentum and comfort level. Injuries also have played a part in Jordan's disappointing career.
Again, I'm going to put it to you like this. Amobi Okoye was no longer playing football before he turned 25 because he was trash. Not because he got hurt, not because he abused substances, just because he wasn't good at football. And mind you, he played 6 seasons, which means he got there early.
Yeah.
And still trash.
Okoye may advance here.
Yeah. I mean, I picked Jordan, but I think he said it like that.
All right. So it leaves us our last division to get through.
Yes.
3 old school quarterbacks.
Are you not entertained?
All right. So we have AFC David Carr and the 0-2 Washington football team committee at 9th seed.
0-2 Washington football team. It wasn't David Carr's fault.
Easily.
It was not David Carr's fault. I will die on that hill.
David Carr was actually better than Derek Carr. He just played for the Houston Texans. And an expansion Houston Texans. That's not
debatable.
his fault.
That's debatable.
Well, just
I'm not gonna say he's better than him because there's no evidence of that. But just as good, I'll agree with that.
Nah, cause I feel like I've seen a David Carr game where he actually showed flashes of brilliance. The Texans just sucked. But then again, that goes for Derek Carr too.
That's what I was about to say.
I'm picking the Washington football team.
But I'm definitely picking the Washington football team.
Yeah, 0-2 Washington is easily the worst.
Trash.
Because it's not only 1, but 3 busts in the same draft year. Or relatively 2 in the same draft year. 1 like a year before. But nonetheless.
Trash.
All right, so that being said, 9th seed Washington versus 1st seed Ryan Leaf.
Ryan Leaf.
Unfortunately, 3 motherfuckers still in his trash.
That is how trash you have to be.
Oh man. Oh, this might be a cakewalk for Ryan Leaf.
Yeah.
Nah, there's somebody in here who's gonna give him a run for his money.
I know exactly who you're talking about. So we have 5th seed Andre Ware versus 4th seed Achilles Smith. Battle of the black quarterbacks.
I'm picking Achilles Smith.
I'm taking Andre Ware, bro.
I'm actually taking Achilles Smith only because Andre Ware got hurt, correct?
Hold on. What's
Achilles Smith is just bad, bro.
Only because I think Andre Ware got hurt. I don't necessarily attribute you being a bust to the fact that you got hurt. You just got hurt. That's unfortunate.
Achilles Smith is just bad, bro.
Yeah, Achilles Smith was not good at all. Just wasn't.
He's just bad. While y'all debate that, I'm gonna go to the rest of them. But I picked Achilles Smith. He's just bad.
You know, pan out your career at that point.
He's just bad.
Or whatever you do at that point is a plus. You know what I mean? But if you like, you know, broke a rib or some shit like that. All right, so Andre Ware had a 3-3 quarterback record, 51.6 complete percentage, 1,112 passing yards, 5 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 63.5 rate. Looking back on Ware's brief career, it always been a mystery as to why he failed in the NFL. In his 4-year career with the Lions, he only made 6 starts. He wasn't injury prone and didn't have any off the field issues. It almost seems, at least in my opinion, looking back on his career, that he didn't get a fair shake or didn't get a chance to show what he can do. How do you draft a quarterback 7th overall and only give him 6 starts in 4 seasons? It's odd. Another way to look at Ware's odd circumstances in Detroit and why he most likely didn't get playing time, despite being on the roster for 4 seasons, was that he just wasn't any good. The NFL scouts at the time cited Ware's inability to adjust to a pro-style offense after
Did you pick Achilles Smith yet?
career panned out the way it did. So that motherfucker's a bust.
Nah, that don't sound like bust. That sounds like there was a lot of other stuff.
Did we pick Achilles Smith yet?
a lot of different politics.
Yeah, that's what that sounds like to me.
All right.
Because, like, truthfully, if we're being honest, most of the quarterbacks back then didn't get a fair shake because the coaches were stupid.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Like, you got somebody who, like, to use this as an example, Andre Ware, who ran, what was that, the run and shoot in Houston?
The run and shoot, indeed.
Why not just run the run and shoot? He
exactly.
was good at it.
That is a 49-point a game offense, the run and shoot.
Now, Achilles Smith
yeah, I'm actually reading my profile on Achilles Smith, and it's like, yeah, points are being made here. 3 for 14 quarterback record, 46.6 completion percentage, 2,212 passing yards, 5 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, 52.8 rate. How the Bengals follow up their awful selection of Keyshawn Carter the year prior? They take this guy, the 1-year wonder, Mr. Achilles Smith. The Bengals were so sure that Smith would be their franchise quarterback, they foolishly declined a trade by the New Orleans Saints head coach Mike Ditka's offer of the Saints' entire draft, plus more draft picks the following year. Very bad move for the Bengals. Smith wasn't an NFL quarterback. He had a very low football IQ and infamously only scored very low on his Wonderlic exam before the draft. That should have been the first red flag. He never ingratiated himself with his teammates, the playbook, and had a horrible work ethic. The Bengals couldn't trust Smith and therefore truly never gave him the reins. By 2002, the writing was on the wall. The Bengals were the worst team in the NFL, and they had their sights set on a certain USC quarterback coming out that year. Who can guess who that is?
You said the Bengals?
Correct. Y'all know this one, especially Slippers. I'm surprised Slippers hasn't answered fast enough.
Lionel?
Say it one more time.
The Bengals were the worst team in the NFL by 2002. That's the first hint. and had their sights set on a certain USC quarterback.
Matt Leinart?
Nah,
No.
you talking about Carson.
Oh,
Carson.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, two. You said two. Oh. Whoops. Let's say Leinart? No.
Nah, that was old. That was 05.
That's not right.
All right, yeah. Achilles Smith advances. All right.
Oh, yeah,
So
they did draft Carson Palmer.
6 seed, we have Heath Schuler versus 3rd seed Jeff George.
Heath Schuler.
Yes, Heath Schuler, dear.
I cannot dispute this. Heath Schuler, definitely, because Jeff George actually wasn't bad until he got bad, and then he just became a journeyman. So
And his was more so because he had what did he hurt? Did he have like a concussion or something?
I don't know, but he also had attitude problems too, and that didn't help. So
I mean, I'm not talking about personality traits. I don't care about those. I'm just talking about how you are on the field. And something happened, like he had an ailment or something.
That's the irony. Like his being a prima donna, that should affected the on-field play too. Cause that motherfucker think he could just like do whatever the fuck he want, pretty much. It just was bombing shit downfield all the time when he didn't really need to. So
Either way, Heath Schuler.
yeah, either way he's Schuler. But 7th seed Brady Quinn versus 2nd seed Todd Marinovich.
Didn't they call Marinovich like the perfect QB or something like that?
They did.
Robo
Marinovich.
quarterback.
Marinovich.
All right, so we have reached every next round. So let's start the old school quarterbacks. 1st seed Ryan Lee versus 4th seed Achilles Smith.
Ryan Lee.
Cakewalk.
Easily.
6th seed Heath Schuler versus 2nd seed Todd Marinovich.
Marinovich.
Easily.
Okay. All right. We'll do that. That's fine. I'll agree.
You want to talk about Heath Schuler real quick before we continue?
I just think he was really trash, but we don't need to talk about him.
I think he was really trash. We don't really need to talk about him.
That's the thing. All of these guys are really trash.
Exactly. Like, so like we're really speaking on the magnitude of their trashness when we like kicked them out. Why we're kicking them out.
Todd
Like-
Marinovich did only play like 3 seasons. Heath Schuler
Also
at least
good.
lasted a little.
Exactly.
Marinovich.
Heath Schuler, 8 for 14 quarterback record, 49.2 completion percentage, 3,691 passing yards, 15 to 33 on the touchdown to interceptions, 54% quarterback rating. Schuler was a failure as a quarterback from the jump. He struggled to beat out his draft mate Gus Farad, who went in the 7th round. The fans were clamoring for Washington to replace Schuler, who was out of favor with the fan base because of his poor play. The fans didn't like the fact that Schuler was getting the play time because of his high-profile draft slot and huge contract. They didn't care. They just wanted the best quarterback on the field. That quarterback was Gus Farad. Schuler would eventually be replaced by Farad in 96 and was traded to the Saints, who thought they could make Schuler their savior. Turns out, nah. Absolutely the fuck not. No. So, our new school, we have 1st seed Jamarcus Russell versus 4th seed RG3.
RG3.
Shit.
Demarcus Russell.
At this point, Kenny, when we bring up Jamarcus Russell, you just shut the motherfucker up because you obviously not gonna act right.
Hey, that man had a cannon of an arm. Okay.
That went nowhere. A cannon for an arm and a pint full of lean. That's right. We have 3rd seed Mark Sanchez versus 7th seed Jake Locker.
Jake Locker.
What was Mark Sanchez's reason for advancing in the first place?
They had 2 great defenses and couldn't win because he was the quarterback.
Again, they were a quarterback for winning the Super Bowl versus a quarterback that couldn't even make it a season. This is a heavy matchup. Slivers will see.
Jake, clean out your locker. Jake, clean out your locker.
Jake Locker it is.
He trash.
In our 0 yards and clouded dust division, we have 8th seed Justin Blackman versus 4th seed Tony Mandrich.
Mandrich.
Yeah, I'm taking Mandrich. Landslide. Again, Blackman just wanted to get stoned, man. 6th seed Luke Joko versus 7th seed Greg Robinson.
Ugh.
There we go. Because Greg Robinson is the same situation.
I'd probably take Greg Robinson.
You're taking Greg Robinson over Joko?
I would probably say so.
I guess we got to go with Slivers on this one.
I guess I'll pick Robinson. Oh God. Oh God.
You're not making it next round, bro. So.
That is horrible.
All right, we have 1st seed Brian Bosworth versus 4th seed Brennan Golson.
Bosworth.
Easily. It gets easier and easier, low key.
Yeah.
6th seed Aaron Maben versus 2nd seed Amobi Okoye.
And Maven.
Yeah, that's for sure. All
That
right.
was
So we have reached the quarterfinals here. We have 1st seed Brian Bosworth versus 6th seed Aaron Maven. Here we
Brian Bosworth.
really.
Yeah, he tried.
No, without question. All right.
I'm gonna quote one of
Bojack.
my favorite movies of all time. Are you ready for this? My love, would you kill me for Wakanda? Without question.
About to put that spear to that man's throat.
Boz it is. All right. Ryan Leaf versus Tom Marinovich. Here we go. Two motherfuckers that didn't last long in the NFL. 2 motherfuckers that stunk up the place. 2 motherfuckers that were the big hype coming out of their respective universities.
They call this man the prototype QB.
Ryan Leaf is the next Troy. I know that means nothing to you, Kenny, but that means a lot to a lot of people.
Didn't he go before Peyton Manning?
Yes. Yes, that is correct.
Ryan Leaf.
No, that's not correct.
Yeah, because the Chargers had the choice between Ryan Leaf or Peyton Manning. Or no, the Colts had the choice between Ryan Leaf or Peyton Manning.
Ryan Leaf is the worst number 2 draft pick of all time because Peyton Manning.
Oh, Ryan Leaf. Doesn't matter. It's still Ryan Leaf.
Right.
Marinovich is bad, but dear Lord.
Yeah, Peyton definitely went number 1. Remember, that started the whole, if you're drafted number 2 as a quarterback, things don't go well for you if there's a number 1 pick for quarterback. Also.
You're right.
Ryan Leaf started that.
The Ryan Leaf curse.
Yes.
Right you are. So it's looking very much like Ryan Leaf.
It is Ryan Leaf. Also, no quarterback has broken that curse.
Only person who currently has a shot at that is Carson.
Oh, good God.
He said, oh, dear God. Yeah, I came back on you, huh? All right.
Don't
so
touch me anymore. Oh, dear God.
Tom Marinovich career stats: 3-5 quarterback record, 50.7 completion percentage, 1,345 passing yards, 8 to 9 touchdowns with interceptions, 66.4 quarterback rating. From the time Tom Marinovich was a toddler, he was bred to be a future NFL quarterback. His father took some extreme measures to make him into an NFL quarterback one day. See Tiger Woods, Williams sisters. Marinovich, up until he had reached the NFL, had never had junk food or an alcoholic drink. He was always on a strict diet and was named Robo Quarterback because of his strict upbringing, diet, and his father's training methods. By the time Marinovich got to the NFL, it just wasn't fun for him anymore. He was an adult that just wanted to be the kid he never allowed to be. He couldn't handle the responsibility and didn't have the drive or the passion to be an NFL quarterback.
Well,
Actually?
no. Ryan Leaf goes. I don't even know why you read anything.
Yeah, I was wondering why you were reading that. Like,
You don't have to read that when it's a unanimous. We just go. There's no.
No, we're close to the finals here. We're swan songing here.
Bruh, there's no.
no.
He said no.
Prolong the episode by doing it. There's really no need. Like once you lose this far in, you just lose. There's no need.
Right. Okay. All right. Shit.
That's right. You about the swan song RG3? I mean Jake Locker?
Maybe.
Right.
Like,
No.
why are we thinking about
this swan song? Because he's trash, but not as trash as Jamarcus Russell.
I don't know about that.
So I guess we can assume that Jamarcus Russell advances, right?
Ain't no doubt. Ain't no question. Look
No.
me in my face. I ain't got no worry.
What did I tell you about Jamarcus Russell?
I picked Jake Locker. Jamarcus Russell played. Jamarcus Russell played more games than Jake Locker.
I don't care about none of that. I don't care about none of that. But no, the reason why I said hold on for a second is because of the number 2 quarterback curse. This is how strong the number 2 quarterback curse is. This man, Ryan Leaf, wasn't even the one that started it.
Oh, no.
Rick Meyer is the one that started it. Because he was number 2 after Drew Bledsoe in 93.
Oh, no.
That's not good enough to me.
But no. It gets worse for Ryan Leaf though.
You know how I feel about Drew Bledsoe.
Ryan Leaf was second after Bateman.
Yeah.
The very year after that, Donovan McNabb was second after Tim Couch. So he was the better quarterback.
Yeah.
But then Ryan Leaf said, hold my beer. This curse will proceed.
As planned.
As planned. Would you like to know the next 2 after that one?
Yeah.
Holmes.
It was Andrew Luck and Robert Griffin III.
Jesus.
The very next
Whom?
Just Jameis Winston and Marcus Mariota.
Oh, God.
That's
all right, so listen. Hear me out, right? As far as Marcus Mariota goes, I don't know. I want to say, like, he's a backup quarterback now, right?
Yep.
Yes. And
that's it. Jameis Winston, jury's still out on whether or not LASIK eye surgery is what he needed. I don't know.
He tore his ACL, so.
You're right. So I can't 100% confirm that. However.
Wait, guys. Would you like to know the following year from Jameis Winston and Marcus Mariota?
Yes.
Well, give me a moment to explain Andrew Luck. That Andrew Luck was a line away from being an absolutely great quarterback. He just didn't have a line and decided my health is much better. RG3 till the wheels fell off. All right, give me the next set.
This man Ryan Leaf doubled down and turned it into the first pick curse, and decided that Jared Goff and Carson Wentz will not be productive.
Oh my goodness.
Ryan Leaf kind of ruined
picking top 2 quarterback picks.
Yeah.
Dear God.
You want a quarterback, you better be after the 4th pick just to be safe.
Oh my God. Because literally speaking, in this 2016 draft,
right,
the very next, actually no, the whole first round in 2016 was trash. Because the third one was Paxton Lynch. Dear God, help us all.
I almost put him on the list. Jimmy Claussen. Like, nah, I think Jimmy Claussen was the bigger hype.
Then you had Christian Hackenberg.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why.
This man, This man Ryan Leaf is just treacherous.
Yeah.
Christian Hackenberg.
Yep.
Oh my God, when was Dak drafted? What
You said what was Dak drafted?
This draft class, bro, a 4th-round draft. You had to be a 4th-round draft pick that year to have any semblance of hope. Oh my goodness!
This man must have went to the abyss of bad quarterback.
All right,
My
guys. So
goodness.
we have Tony Mandridge versus Greg Robinson.
That's easy.
Mandridge.
Yeah, put the Incredible Bulk up there. Let's go.
Incredible Bus.
He was the Incredible
Bulk.
first, though. If people called him Incredible Bulk, I'm gonna call him Incredible Bulk.
Incredible Bulk.
Incredible.
Let's go.
All right. So here we are, guys.
That's the one I've been waiting for.
The mood waiting for. We have three first seeders and a 4th seed. Versus Brian Bosworth and then Jamarcus Russell versus Tony Mandridge. Which matchup do y'all want to do first?
I think
I
we
know
know
which one I want to do first.
Which one you want to do first?
Jamarcus Russell and Tony Mandridge.
Ah, yes, sir.
Yeah,
because that's going to be real easy. That's Jamarcus Russell.
I picked Mandridge.
I know you do, Kenny. I know you do.
That's why we don't really count your vote.
And since we're pressed for time here, I'm gonna give you Tony Mandridge's story short and sweet. Your man's was the biggest thing to come out of his college that year. He was supposed to be this huge, big, hulking lineman that was as Slipper is coined for Vernon Golson, a combine warrior, and just completely shat the bed with injury. And then stopped using the woos and oh yeahs and started shrinking in size and sucking even more. So he was out of a career in like 5 to 6 years. Jamarcus Russell, however, first of all he had was that arm. Second of all,
I seen no real defense.
Second of all, your man was illiterate to defenses. And even was supposed to watch blank DVDs to realize they're blank DVDs, only to lie to his coaches and say that, yeah, I watched the playbook.
He watched them Bliss packages.
He watched the Bliss packages. They were blank DVDs. And he watched the Blitz packages, Kenny.
Because he saw what people couldn't see.
Mm-hmm.
This is Blitz.
So, Slippers, what say you? Kenny's no longer a factor in this. You want to be unbiased about this? All right, fine. You don't get to have a say in this.
I already told you. I don't know why we doing this. His name should already be clicked.
Right.
We should be talking about
now click Mandridge's name right now.
Click Jamarcus Russell's name right now and stop with this foolishness.
All right. That being said, we're at Ryan Leaf versus Brian Bosworth.
Now, this is the only debate that we'll have.
Okay.
Because I don't know. This is supreme level trash right here.
Top tier.
Like, this is the creme de la creme of garbage.
If we're being honest, though, this isn't the championship round. This is still the Final Four. This is the championship round.
This is the championship round. This is what was that? Georgetown and Villanova?
Yes.
They met in the Final Four?
If I put the defense lose championships on the other side of this bracket, this would be the final round right now.
Easily, because both of these people are worse than Jamarcus Russell. I have to be completely honest. I'm not even Kenny. Jamarcus Russell got to the championship because of this. he would have lost in the final. Either Ryan Leaf or the Boz, because I've never seen two people
I'll be putting it to you like this.
so much and be so bad.
I'll put it to you like this, right? I don't even have a stat line for Brian Bosworth career-wise.
Oh, you don't need it because I got you. I'm gonna tell you.
Bo Jackson.
We don't even need Bo Jackson. We don't even need it. This is all we need to say about his football career. It was so bad. Just like the dude from the Little Giants, I remember him more from acting than I do his football career. Outside of Bo Jackson running him over and abusing him on television. But then again, Ryan Leaf was supposed to be the next one. It was supposed to be the year that the first two picks were supposed to be Hall of Famers. They were supposed to rewrite the record books together. And that didn't happen. One of them was out of the league real quick.
Harry.
Very, very quickly. Very, very.
In the blink of an eye, even.
Truthfully, I think a blink of an eye is longer than his career.
And less time than the Boz. Also.
It's so much trash. It's so bad.
While Brian Bosworth lasted a mere 3 seasons in the NFL, Ryan Leaf lasted only 2.
Yeah.
Oh dear God.
Yeah.
I'm picking Ryan Leaf.
Yeah. So here we go, guys.
All right.
Well, we knew it would get here.
Kenny, now you can talk, right? We have our finals. Ryan Leaf versus Jamarcus Russell.
I'm picking Ryan Leaf.
I gotta take Ryan Leaf on this one, man.
Yes!
Oh, I'm definitely taking Ryan Leaf.
We're not the worst.
That's the winner and undisputed worst NFL draft bust.
One shining moment to be garbage, you see. One shining moment to be trash, Ryan Lee.
Career NFL stats. 4-17 quarterback record, 48.4 completion percentage, 3,606 passing yards, not bad. 14 touchdowns, 36 interceptions, 50% quarterback rate. Wow, this is a really bad pick by the Chargers. When the 1998 draft came around the corner, there was an actual debate as to who would go number 1 overall, Peyton Manning or Ryan Leaf. It was also well known that the Chargers would take whoever didn't go first overall to the Colts. The Colts were split in their war room, however. Half the room wanted Leaf and the other half wanted Manning. Ultimately, the Colts made the right decision. I don't care what GM at the time Bill Polian had said about the 98 draft. He got lucky and he knew it. He didn't like Manning much more than he liked Leaf. It wasn't an easy and obvious decision like he claimed. Ryan Leaf fell to the Chargers, and they were still ecstatic because they thought they were getting a franchise quarterback regardless. At 6'5", athletic, and a stronger arm than Peyton Manning, Leaf had more upside. Ryan Leaf was immediately named the starter his rookie season, and his career got off to a really good 2-0 start in his first 2 games. The third game of Leaf's career against Kansas City would be the start of the downfall of his career. Leaf went 1 for 15 for 4 passing yards, 2 interceptions, and a fumble. It was one of the worst quarterback performances in NFL history, and Leaf got into an infamous scuffle where he berated a reporter who was just trying to do his job. Leaf would miss his entire 1999 sophomore season before returning in 2000. He had a horrific season for the Chargers and was released after that season. After a year for being a backup at Dallas, Leaf finally hung it up.
I suck. You suck. Jeez.
Damn, that was a terrible career. Final thoughts?
Jamarcus Russell isn't the word.
No, No, but he's a second worst, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. So
that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. Not
really. not that much.
I'm just happy LSU does not have to claim the worst.
It's like the tie of sucking. Like,
no, it's Ryan Leaf, then it's Brian Bosworth. Jamarcus Russell just had to be on the other side.
That's a fair point. You know what? I think we're going to skip final thoughts on that note. Bring it on home, Kenny.
That being said, as the hour is drawing late, it is 11:14. My energy is low while it's laughing. I'm just going to say my name. David Kenneth Whitaker, a.k.a. Hendrick Solo, the original owner of the Millennial Falcon. God.
$23 skidoo. 24. Bye.
There's so much trash. I can't help but laugh through this. I gotta power through. AKA the last Black Jedi. Do not. There's no try. Like, you try me, you'll be trashed like Ryan Leaf.
Don't let him predict your fate. That's all I'm saying.
AKA Mr. Ghostly Fox. Oh my gosh. I gotta get a look at these warlocks. Let's go. She's going around the corner. Oh. AKA Nacho Man, I'm a savage. Oh, yeah. See, the one thing you always gotta be prepared for, me, Gene, is that there's always some trash around the corner. Yeah. See, the one thing is Nacho Man isn't me, man. That's a bus. See, the Nacho Man knows what a real bus looks like, me, Gene. Don't you know what a bus looks like, me, Gene?
I know exactly what a bus looks like.
I think I've seen a couple of busts tonight that I wouldn't want to be in the same room. But if I were to see Ryan Leaf and Brian Bosworth, I'd ascend to the top, give them 2 mean elbow drops because they suck. Oh, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Nacho Man, I'm a Savage, live from the War Room. Back to you, Bobby.
We didn't forget about you, Jamarcus. Yeah. AKA the very sexual, the very tight.
Very tight dish.
Austin Powers, Faja.
Wait, is Faja?
Dad is Faja.
Oh. Butter.
Hey. Get your hands off my hiney, baby.
Yeah. That's good shit. All right. As I bring it on home, I am Carlos Crawford, a.k.a. hosting a tailgate party in the parking lot with Kenny and Fuzzy Slippers because Vince banned us from being inside the arena. It's Chin Music, Charlie. Hey, you like Kenny give that diva the mustard, Slippers. You're married. A.k.a. Oh, Stone Cold.
What?
He has been wronged by the system.
What?
This is a man that says he's been screwed time and time again.
What?
This is a man that says he's been given the shaft.
What?
So they called up old Stone Cold via the cell phone.
What?
And I was sitting there waiting for the edible to kick in.
What?
And I heard that some bitch started ringing.
What?
So I picked it up and I said, yeah.
What?
And listened to the task at hand.
What?
So I'm out here tonight.
What?
To have a little court.
What?
To give out a little Stone Cold justice, so to speak.
What?
AKA Snack Miller. Told the man and moved to my mom's attic. Life was a blockbuster, but now it's a cult classic. Smoked it on asthmatic, embracing my bad habits. Traveling down the hole, I'm chasing the fast rabbit. Well, ass is still weird from my last tab, but I love like a full singer, but fuck like a crack addict. Practicing black magic and watching some car crashes, Snapchatting the dick pics, and you know what? I'm not finishing that part actually. AKA John Smokes. Smokes here for the college home run derby. He will be pitching for the contestants.
Smoke them all out. Let them learn young. That's so funny.
AKA the idiom savant. If these busts ain't teach me anything, is that it's easier said than done than to be an athlete of the professional level, but easy to fall into infamy. Easier said than done. That's the idiom. However, AKA Haystack West. Your daddy come down with something, so I picked up Jesus Rodrigo for him. You'll find him in the outskirts of town hanging by his neck from the oil rig. Why the hell don't you just pick him, bring him in then? How the hell you never want to do any actual lawman work? Excellent question, Haystack. Sounds like Sheriff want to be an outlaw with morals. Well, he could have been a bounty hunter for all that. He's just a lazy fella that wants authority. Fuck y'all. I'll be back later. Sound like Sheriff want to be an outlaw with morals. And ladies and gentlemen, that was episode 165. Like us on Facebook. Subscribe to us on YouTube. And above all else, watch the fucking product.
Yeah.
On behalf of Fuzzy Slippers and Kenny Whitaker, I'm Olos, and we're off this.
We out.